never thought that I was even contemplating this bit of craziness clearly meant that I was under duress. True, I'd been to the local bread shop every day since I'd moved back to Santa Sofia. Truth be told, the place was becoming my home away from home, but that did not give me the right to think I could actually make the stuff, and it certainly didn't mean baking would solve my problems. Grief had to run its course. I knew this, but the reality was that I'd never not feel the emptiness inside. An image of my dad popped into my head. "What did you bring today?" he regularly asked me. It was becoming almost a joke, because I'd already cycled through nearly everything Yeast of Eden had to offer, twice: baguettes, sourdough, croissants, rye, wheat pumpernickel, focaccia. Check, 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 and check. There were so many choices, and I loved them all, but I did have my favorites: the flaky, buttery croissant in the morning, or a crusty sourdough roll at lunch. These were the staples. On a sunny day, the pumpernickel with sliced turkey and cheese hit the spot. When it was rainy, I bought a round loaf of French bread, turned it into a bread bowl, and filled it with homemade chowder. But this time, I wasn't here to buy bread. I was here to get my hands dirty, so to speak, to plunge them into a bowl of dough and knead. And somehow, despite logic and despite reason, I knew that it was going to be life-changing. I had no idea how or why, but as sure as I was standing on the cobbled sidewalk in Santa Sofia, and as sure as the breeze off the Pacific Ocean blew through me, I was 100% certain that the bread-baking class at Yeast of Eden was going to send me on a new trajectory. But was I ready? Before I had the chance to answer that question in my head, the door opened, and a woman in a colorful caftan and red clogs, hands firmly on her hips, emerged. Her iron-gray hair was cropped short and loose. Playful curls danced over her head. Her green eyes, heavily flecked with gold, stared me down. "Ven aquí, mija," she said to me in Spanish, as if I could understand her, which I could not. "You have to come inside to change your life." I jumped, startled. "To change my... what? I'm sorry, what?" "You don't think I recognize you? You, mi amor, are here every day. You have discovered the magic of this place, and now you want more." She smiled, her eyebrows lifting in a quick movement that seemed to say, "I see this every day." "Come in. We're all waiting." "You're all..." I stared. "Who's waiting?" This time the woman laughed. She threw her head back and gave a hearty guffaw that made me take a step back. Of course, I recognized her, too. Her daily, authoritative presence had made it easy to deduce that the woman owned Yeast of Eden. "The rest of the bakers, por supuesto." Her laughter seeped into me, and despite myself, I felt a smile tilt my lips upward. But I bit down to stop it from being fully realized. Being happy was simply not okay. How could it be when I'd lost my mother just a few short months ago, and when my dad, my brother, and I were hanging on to each other just to get by? My grief had become part of me. It was embedded in my soul, trapped in my pores. Smiling felt like a betrayal of my sorrow, a betrayal of my mother. The woman watched me with a gaze that seemed to burrow through every bit of me. Her voice softened. "It will be all right, you know." A flurry of goosebumps danced over my skin. I'd spoken to this woman no more than a handful of times, and the interactions were always superficial and cursory, and yet somehow she seemed to know exactly what I was feeling. I tried to school my expression. I tended to show every one of my emotions on my face the very second I felt them. I was working on that particular problem. "I don't know what you mean," I said, my voice a little more indignant than I'd intended it to be. She considered me again, and then gave a succinct nod. "Está bien, mija. Come in then."